So this boy doesn't have a name yet. I'll have to think of it on my way home. Unless you're gonna come up with something right now.
Susudio.
No, that's a girl's name.
You just said it's a boy's name.
No, that's...
So...
Okay, so...
I gave him his ivermectin. He looks very healthy.
The people came for a health check, and they said that... Well, they came to bring their piggies for a health check, and they said that their neighbors dumped him outside with his girlfriend. So the girlfriend's now on pregnancy watch here.
Yeah.
But there's no room for him, so I'll take him. But he was just wandering around outside.
Poor guy. He's at a good weight. Despite his ordeal, he's looking pretty good.
Oh.
Hey, sweetie. Okay, his name is Bengal.
Okay. Even though that's a girl's band.
That's what he just told me.
Okay, Bengal. I like it. I like it.
But B-E-N-G-A-L.
Bengal. Like Bengal tiger?
Yes.
Okay, Bengal. I like it. Bengal.
Not like B-A-N-G-L.
Not like-
He told me that.
Not like the Bengals,
I asked
like
him.
Bengal.
Which
Okay.
a good boy. That's a cool name.
Walk like a guinea pig. Dun 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 dun.
That's a
dun.
good name.
Walk like a guinea pig.
Good boy.
Okay, Bengal it is. He's coming home with me. All right, I'll take him. Thank you, Saskia. Well, we're back home with Bengal, and I thought it would be nice to try and see if we could bond him with little Shrimp. So he was in a carrier, well, he was in a little pet store cage overnight, and then I put him in here so he could chill out. He's been eating hay, he's been eating food, he's got a water bottle hooked up, and he's been chilling out all day while I did my little workout routine. And now I was gonna see if I could bond him with Shrimp. Of course, if you've watched my bonding rules video, then you know any two boys, there's maybe about a 20% chance that they would get along. And both of them are little rambunctious teenagers, so maybe the odds are even worse. But, and actually, Shrimp is kind of, he seems very timid and shy when I try to reach for him, but around other piggies, he gets kind of wild. Of course, I put him with Pipsqueak for a few minutes, and actually Pipsqueak was getting very humpy, but Shrimp has since come out of his own. You know, he begs for food, he shouts at me, and he runs around and he talks to Gizmo and Ron and all the piggies. And, you know, of course, as a, you know, volunteer at the rescue, my foster space is somewhat limited, and it's always our hope to bond piggies. We've got a lot of single boys, and we have much fewer bonded pairs. So if it's possible to bond them, then I'd love to try. So that's what I'm gonna do. So let's do it. Oh man, the cat's out of the bag. Are you squealing about the piggy or the lettuce? Here. Oh boy. I've got a little couch to throw in between them if they fight. Who's bigger? Oh gosh, he's already tooth chattering. This could very well be a very, very, very short video. You know, how a guinea pig is with you is not how he's going to be with other piggies. They both are very sweet, very outgoing, funny little piggies. Already, we're losing trust. Come on, boys. I know it's too exciting, but try to focus on having some lettuce. If they could just, you know, not be aggressive with each other. This is not looking great. standing by with my fleece. Better switch hands here. It's okay, Bengal. So we got Bengal and Shrimp. I know. He's already kind of upset. You can be good boys. Sniff his butt, Bengal. Bengal's used to being with a lady. He's probably a papa. Look at this. Good boys. No, don't do that. This is just about over. But I wanted to try. You know, if we can build some trust. Okay, here, look. Look. You guys like lettuce. Focus on the lettuce. I try not to interrupt them and let it play out, but you know, if you can just keep their trust just a little bit longer, then they might be able to establish it. Come on, Shrimp. Shrimp, have some lettuce. Have some lettuce, Shrimpy. You love lettuce. Good boy. Come on. But, you know, I can't be there to referee all the time. So if they're going to fight, they're going to fight. But so you can't really pacify them. Because some piggies, they just get along so well. And you don't have to do anything to try to increase the peace. So, like, that's a good question. I have a video called You Can't Bond Guinea Pigs. And it's basically saying that if they want to fight, they're going to fight. If they want to get along, then they will. And this... all right. But the one thing about Bengal is even though he's being a little bit aggressive when he gets afraid, he's being somewhat diplomatic. He's doing more of a nose punch. A nose punch and then a hump. Instead of just lunging at him and biting. And Shrimp's grooming himself, so he seems apparently very unthreatened by this whole situation. So that could be good too. And now they're both sniffing the funk. There's so many subtle behaviors here that if you really want to learn a lot about bonding and subtle guinea pig behavior, watch my bonding playlist. There's just no two bondings are ever the same, even though there's certain characteristics that we look for. And always keep your hand covered or have something to throw in between them. Because a nasty bite with fighting boys is going to be a trip to the emergency doctor for antibiotics injected in your hand. I've gotten plenty of superficial bites, but those few deep wounds from interfering with fighting piggies, those are the ones that can swell up. But it is remarkable that piggies will bite each other and they just have this healing superpower that prevents them from getting infected, although it can happen. A bite wound is one easy way for a piggy to get an abscess. All right, you're spilling. It's okay, boys. This is just about over. They both are really trying to hump, though. So maybe they'll be able to calm down. You guys are making a mess. Ooh, that was a smart move. Bengal got very submissive for a second there and de-escalated before he went in for the hump. Oh! Maybe we can watch that in slow-mo. And the risk that I have when I'm filming some of these is that they could essentially go on forever. You know. But if you like MMA,
Let's get
you know,
ready
if boxing is your thing, this is very strategic in a lot of ways. Wow. But they are sort of building trust, even though it looks crazy. The fact that neither one is willing to escalate, knock on wood. This is actually surprisingly going well so far, even though there's a little chattering and a little nervousness. Good boys. And a lot of people laugh at the rescue. They think it's so cute. They think it's so funny. But this is darn serious business for these boys. You know? Because we're sort of defying nature. It's only a 20% chance that they might get along. In the wild, they would usually... Bengal would be kicked out of the burrow. He'd have to start his own harem. But we don't want to breed, and we know what the odds are, and you know, if given enough piggies to try, we do find successful matches for boys. We do it every week. You know, that's what we specialize in at the LA Guinea Pig Rescue, is people bring their piggies. Of course, when I'm volunteering and it's boy bond after boy bond after boy bond, it can be very fatiguing, especially the nice boys end up getting adopted out, and then the aggressive boys are the ones that we have left. And when you have a rescue room full of aggressive boys, it can be very daunting. So really the question now is, will they calm down? Come on, eat some lettuce. No. Here. Focus on the lettuce for a little while. If they can just do that, then we'll be going to another phase. That's not a very good camera angle. I'll just stay right about here. Anybody want some water? Water break? No? It's okay, boys. It can be very dizzying. I think it's possible that Bengal may have the beginnings of a respiratory infection. I heard a little bit of clickiness. And I think I might have heard him just sort of hoot a little bit. So I'll have to really keep an eye on that and just see how his breathing is. But it's okay. I wouldn't really consider it a contagious thing, especially at this point. We very rarely separate piggies that are on antibiotics or something like that. And if you have a bonded pair, it's the best idea to try to treat them without separating them. Look, this is really good. If Bengal can just chill, he's like, give me that lettuce. Never mind the fact that there's a piece of lettuce right there. He wants the one that Shrimp's chewing on. Good boy, Shrimpy. Oh, man. Oh. Shrimp, don't blow it. Now, guinea pigs are herd animals, right? And the reason why I make the chewing sound is to try to encourage them to eat. Well, that was good for a minute. It's the, what's that FOMO. I do the crunching lettuce sound to try to increase their FOMO. Come on, you guys don't want to miss out on the lettuce. For all you older folks, FOMO is the fear of missing out, right? That's like a Instagram thing. Everyone posts like only the highlights of their life, and so you think psychologically that everyone else's life is better than yours. But I think if you just live your life from your heart, you know, try to really figure out what's important to you, don't worry about everyone else. I mean, if you see somebody and they're at like, you know, Yosemite or something, or, you know, they did something that seems like fun, go for it. You can do that. I mean, there's no reason why you shouldn't learn from others, but everybody's living at their own pace. So don't worry about what other people are doing. You know, don't be too hard on yourself. Honestly, this isn't so bad so far. We're 12 minutes in. And if they can live together, then they'll both go in a 2x3, which should be okay. A 2x4 will be better, but I'll completely clean. That was not a yawn. That was showing his weapons. We've got shrimp already in a 2x3, so I'll clean it out, and hopefully that will be enough for them to be peaceful and live together. They make such a cute pair. You okay? Look at that face. Good boys. This is what I like to see. But I am smelling some stinky butts. Oh, look, he's sort of laying down, too. Shrimp, you want to lay down? Man, this is great. This always warms my heart. Good boys. You guys trusting each other? No. At the rescue, people often say, well, how long does this take? I mean, honestly, if they can stay together for a week, then it should be solid. But if you think you can just roll up to the rescue, find a buddy for your boy, and leave within 15 minutes, no, it doesn't work that way. I mean, maybe it could, but you might have to come back. But sometimes, and usually with older boys, we put a pair together, and there's no humping, there's no frantic craziness. They just lay down, or they start sharing treats, you know? People think their piggies have to, like, love each other. They just have to survive and not hurt each other, you know? There has to be a trust. And when you have rambunctious boys that are constantly doing this humping dance, you know, it's all about the trust. Usually this behavior tapers off. Will there still be a little rumbling and a little humping and a little butt sniffing? Sure, there might always be. And no two guinea pig relationships are the same. Just like no two guinea pigs are the same. They are totally individuals. Uh-oh. Okay. I thought someone was about to get their wieners bit. Come on, guys, focus. Focus on being friends. Yeah. right? I mean, I don't want to encourage any kind of horrible animal cruelty, but this definitely could be something that people could bet on in Vegas. Not whether or not one would hurt the other, because we'll always intervene, but just whether or not they would actually be a pair. I say the odds are about 20%, sometimes less, depending on the age of both of them. Yeah, he laid down. Yes, so putting boys together like this and having them fight, that is horribly cruel. It's not fun. And if you get bit, then that's what you deserve. Oh, this is great. He's grooming himself. Now he's grooming himself. Yay! This is so good. When I make videos like this, you know, honestly, I don't want to just make videos where the boys bond, because it does sort of set up unrealistic expectations, even though I'm constantly saying it's a 20% chance. It's okay to have a bonding video where in the end you don't find a match. If you really love your piggy, you'll be patient, and instead of expecting them to bond, you know, what we're witnessing right here is really nothing short of a miracle. I was expecting them not to bond, but I thought I would try it. All right. I like that he's laying down, though. Shrimp, you want to hang out with him for the rest of the day? They can just hang out in here for a while I clean the other cage. I want to have some lunch. I'm not in a hurry to clean that cage. But the more space they have, the better. And yet, at the same time, if there's two boys that want to fight, you could have the biggest cage in the world, and they would eventually find each other and fight. And there's no amount of hay piles. Is that a poopy? Saskia named him Bengal. We got Shrimp and Bengal. That's really weird. Well, so we're looking for them to calm down as a defining stopping point. And we're getting all of the good signs. A lot of times people ask me when we're doing a process like this, what am I looking for? Well, you're not looking for tooth chattering. You're not looking for them to bite each other. If we could get to the point where they can just stay together for a few minutes, then what we are looking for is grooming. I mean, self-grooming. They're not going to be braiding each other's hair or anything. But if they can lay down and they're willing to groom themselves, and if they do this humping business, but then they, you know, stop, then, you know, and like I say, it's fine for them to do this humping. And in fact, the more they do and the more they realize that the other one's not a threat, and having the humping be even, you know, people always, sometimes people who I feel like they don't quite, it's not quite true. They say, oh, well, there's always a dominant one, there's always a submissive one. No, sometimes there's just an understanding. And they're equally humpy. And that's fine too. What breaks my heart is sometimes you get to this point and then the trust is some reason it's broken. Come on, boys. Focus on the lettuce again. Come on. So I don't know if slight interventions in the beginning to sort of increase their trust before they get too upset, if that makes a difference. I'm not sure if there is anything that I can do to make the odds better or not. That's why it really helps to have a rescue, because it's a numbers game, you know. And if you think you're just going to go to a pet store, the odds are totally against you. Hey, come on, stay in the octagon. Good boys. So laying down, grooming themselves, even walking side by side and rumbling. These are all good signs. Equal humping is good. And no tooth chattering. Like if the one that's getting humped is purring, then that's a good sign. And if, God forbid, one of them was to get their wiener bit because they're humping backwards or whatever, that's not a deal breaker. But if they bite each other and draw blood, then that is a deal breaker. People come to the rescue, and with kids sometimes, and they have a lot of questions, and they see behaviors like this, and the car ride home, I'm sure, is filled with a lot of new questions. But Saskia, the director of the LA Guinea Pig Rescue, she says that with guinea pigs, humping is shaking hands, and this is very similar to dog behavior. Except that we generally don't require that dogs always have companions. I mean, a pair of dogs is always, I think, going to have a more enriched life than one dog by themselves, or a dog that gets to visit with other dogs. Because they are pack animals, and guinea pigs are herd animals. And so it is important for them to have other piggies. Man, it's just starting to get calm. But Shrimp is chilling, even though Bengal's being aggressive. Oh, if there's a little bit of aggression or humping, and then that one stops and lays down, that's really good. You're gonna sleep well tonight, Bengal, regardless. Well, I think that this is actually shaping up to be really good. So why don't I pause it here, because it's already a long video. But I really do think that you watched an entire video like this. I mean, if you guys have made it this far, then maybe you have. Or maybe you just skipped to the end to see if they would fight or not. But when you slow down and take the time to watch these behaviors and the subtle dance, then, I mean, I think you'll find it incredibly fascinating. And it's also super cute. I mean, you wouldn't order an MMA fight on pay-per-view and then, you know, TiVo it and watch it later. You guys are making such a mess. You know, you wouldn't just skip to the end. It's all about the dance, right? It's all about, you know, that's why boxing matches, heavyweight boxing matches, are sometimes really boring, especially if someone gets knocked out real early. Whereas the littler guys, you know, those featherweights, there's a lot more interesting boxing action. I'm more of a lover than a fighter, but I do find these scrapping interactions very fascinating. Is there a strategy, or is this just sheer will? I don't know, but it's very fascinating. Okay. So let's pause it here. Because, I mean, I think it's going to be a lot of more of the same, and we're seeing all these really good signs. Be nice if Shrimp laid down right now. Shrimp, lay down. Or eat lettuce. But Bengal, I think Bengal has accepted that this could be a friendship. Really? I couldn't have asked for anything better than this. So let me pause it here. And we'll check back in a little while, and I'll just kind of let you know if I plan on moving them to the bigger cage, or if they have ruined it. Don't ruin it, boys. I'm proud of you, Bengal. I am proud of you. And I'm proud of you too, Shrimpy. I got to know Bengal a little bit today and yesterday. And both of these boys are very sweet. They're both really young. And I want them to have a good life. And someday soon, hopefully soon, they'll be available as a bonded pair for adoption at the LA Guinea Pig Rescue. Okay. Lay down, Shrimpy. Okay, so we'll check back in a little bit. But so far so good. No, don't start it up again. That was a perfect stopping point. Aw. So cute. Good boys. Okay, you gonna calm down so I can end this? Or so I can put it on pause? Good boys. You boys have made a mess. I'm gonna have to vacuum. Okay, I'll check back in a minute. I set up a little tent so that they could feel cozy with each other. And so far, so good. You boys look super snuggly. What's the matter, Shrimp? Shrimp's more afraid of me. So, just doing laundry, and I gotta clean the piggies. I gotta clean Shrimp's cage. But if this holds, yeah, are you laying down? That kind of counts. Oh, if this holds, then I'll be putting them together. I'm gonna clean the cage and set it up. I got a new hay rack from Piggy's Choice, so I'm excited to test that out. Okay, all right. No, don't start. Okay, calm down, boys. All right, so we'll check back with them in a little bit. Calm down, boys. I'm sorry I ruined it. I'm sorry. Well, I just put the boys in just now. So, of course, they're going to go crazy again. And I set them up with, they each get an igloo. And I filled this is the corner Piggy's Choice hay rack. It's a wooden hay rack. It's got these little arches. It comes with hangers so that you can hang it so that you can fill it and it's like hanging down. But I like it just kind of sitting in the corner like that. But you could actually fill it with like twice as much hay. Hopefully these guys will calm down. They've been so good all afternoon. I may have to put a tunnel in there instead of these houses. But so far, they have been really nice today. Good boys. And honestly, even though if you have a house, if you have something that they'll get cornered in, it may promote fighting, but if they're going to get along, they're going to get along. If they're going to fight, they're going to fight. So it doesn't hurt to have double food, double water bottles, but I think one water bottle is usually fine. It just depends on your piggies. So, oh, that was me making sudden movements. Boys, calm down. I'm going to have to block these guys off because that could cause problems. So, I am going to cover this like that. Open this all the way. So I made an executive decision. I think that having the Fiddlesticks tunnel, of course I can't see because it's not clear, but I think this will make it a little bit more peaceful. They can run through it rather than getting stuck in it, and they can both fit in it. So anyways, here we go. Hopefully they can keep the peace that they had. All day they were so good. So I'm going to end it here. And of course, if they start fighting, then I'll show that too. But I'm going to end it here, and I will keep you guys posted. You know, I try to keep you updated about my fosters and what's happening with them. I will put a link in the description for the Piggy's Choice Bowl and the hay rack. You can get a nice shot of it here. It's really sweet, really beautiful. Well, it's the morning, and they've been good. So I'm thinking this is gonna stick. As always, nothing's 100% certain, but I've got a really good feeling. And I'll, of course, let you know if anything changes.